Here's a riddle. What is sweet, delicious from my beloved Central America, and essential to the happiness, well-being, and sanity of millions of people around the world? Come on, guys. It's not that hard. Obviously, it's chocolate, God's greatest gift to mortal men. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Historic Chefs, tasty history, one special ingredient at a time. I'm your host, Camish, and yes, today's highly requested episode is all about our good friend, chocolate, also known as cocoa. In its simplest form, chocolate is made from roasted and ground seed kernels of the aforementioned cocoa plant, which is actually an evergreen tree that grows up to 12 meters tall and is indigenous to beautiful Central America. The name cocoa comes from the Spanish cacao, which is itself a corruption of the indigenous Mayan word cacao or cagao in the classical Mayan language that was spoken between modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize from about 200 to about 900 CE. In pre-Columbian Central America, cocoa was originally brewed into a ritual beverage, ground and mixed with tobacco. The cacao bean itself served also as a major form of local currency. At its territorial and political height, around the year 1500 CE, the Aztec Empire alone received an annual tribute of almost 8 million cocoa beans. An incredibly fun fact is that even back in the old days of the Aztec Empire, which lasted from 1528 CE to its untimely demise at the hands of the Spanish conquistadors in 1521 BCE, the cacao currency was so powerful and valuable that it spawned a whole bunch of counterfeiters. That is a crime that people have been committed as long as money has been a thing. Anyhow and anywho, after the brutal European colonization of the Americas from the end of the 15th century onwards, the cocoa bean was spread, especially by the Spanish, across the globe, and nowadays it is commercially planted all over, with an annual harvest of over 5.25 million tons that was valued at some $12.4 billion by 2020. I need you guys to remember what an insane amount of money $1 billion is. Now make that 12. Chocolate is serious business, make no mistake. And after it is refined and manufactured into chocolate bars, chocolate pudding, chocolate milk, chocolate cake, chocolate pastries, chocolate ice cream, chocolate covered bananas, chocolate pralines, chocolate coffee mixtures, chocolate and peppermint patties, chocolate powder, bitter chocolate, and more, it's sold at millions of outlets ranging in size and variety from your local petrol station Quick Mart to wholesale giants such as Costco, for example. Okay, time out. Can I have some chocolate now? Chocolate break! In total, with so many products to choose from, the chocolate industry at large and its insanely large consumer market is worth a staggering $47 billion. And it keeps on growing and growing every year by, on average, 4%. By the 2020s, the 6 largest producers of cocoa beans worldwide are Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, Indonesia, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Brazil. Sorry if I butchered any pronunciations here, by the way. Now, I know when you all think of chocolate, you all think of something that's very sweet, but that's not actually the case. You see, real chocolate in its seed form is intensely bitter and must first be fermented to help develop its more familiar flavor. The most common sweet form of chocolate that we know and love today is achieved by drying, cleaning, and roasting the fermented beans. This newly created cocoa mass is then heated to liquefy it and thereafter allowed to cool. This cooled chocolate liqueur is then processed into cocoa solids and cocoa butter. The most popular modern type of sweet chocolate is then crafted by combining the cocoa solids and butter with vegetable oil, sugar, milk powder, and/or condensed milk. Hence, the ever-popular milk chocolate. The process of making milk chocolate was invented in 1875 by a man named Daniel Peter, a Swiss chocolate entrepreneur, thanks to the creation of condensed milk in the first place by another famous Swiss entrepreneur, Henry Nestle. Henry Nestle also happened to be Daniel Peter's friend and neighbor. Pretty alright coincidence. We touched on this important and monumental event in food history in an episode of dairy products, if you can still recall. Now, you may or may not be surprised, but by total sales, the most popular milk chocolate bar in the entire world is manufactured by the Hershey Company from the United States, which was founded in 1894 by a man named Milton Snavely Hershey, and is nowadays available in over 18 countries around the globe. However, not everything in the candy world of chocolate production is sweet. Child labor and slavery is a major issue that is faced by many cocoa-growing regions around the world, especially in the mother continent of Africa. There are no exact figures on how many people, especially children, are being exploited for the Snickers bars that is for sale on our store shelves, but it could easily be in the millions. There is no question about this terrible exploitation must stop, and even though major chocolate producers have said they will do something about it for decades, major brands such as Mars, Nestle, Mondelez, and Ferrero have continuously fallen short of their promises of change. And the cruel exploitation of hundreds and thousands, if not millions, continues, especially in Africa, where most of our chocolate comes from. So, with that in mind, I'd like to invite you to, when you buy your chocolate, know its source and make a change for the better. Support ethical brands like Belize Chocolate Company from Belize, Beyond Good for the United States, Chocolate Tree from the United Kingdom, and Rapunzel Pure Organics from Germany, among a host of other small but highly ethical chocolate manufacturers from around the world. I really don't want to end on a downer, so that's it for today, my friends. I hope you all, just like me, will enjoy the moment with a lovely and delicious piece of ethically produced and manufactured chocolate. And while you chew on it, think that you are also consuming a sweet treat of culinary history. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this episode of Historic Chefs, Tasty History, one ingredient at a time. If you did, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. I'm your host, Camish, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. Peace, love, and turtles. Join us next time to talk about the preferred drug of the thinking world, coffee.